Hey everyone, thank you for joining. My name is Elizabeth. You're watching Crafty Liz Creations, and today we'll be working on the Unique in a Creek character board. We're adding this beautiful vinyl that's from Unique in a Creek as well. I'll be showing you how to attach this vinyl onto the character board. What I usually do when I add my vinyl is I make sure nothing is on my character board. And I make sure my holes, my hanging holes are at the top. Can you see that? Are at the top. And I wet it with a wet paper towel. And the reason why I'm wetting this is because when you go to attach your vinyl, again, this vinyl is from uniqueinacreek.com. When you take that off, I usually make sure I hold it where I think the center is. Hold it up like a, taco, and I place it down gently. And then I lay it, and then I lay it down. And if you don't like the way it's laying, all you gotta do is take it off, but it looks good to me. And that's why that water is under there. That's why we need to wet the board first before adding in the vinyl, so it comes off easy. And this is where I use my squeegee, which I didn't take out. I'll just use a paper towel. What I do usually here with my squeegee is I just press down and push it out. I'm pushing out those air bubbles that might be in the vinyl. So work from inside out, and you can hear the bubbles. If you don't have a squeegee, mine is somewhere over there, it's lost. You can find something like a credit card works, and you can do it this way as well. And what you can do is go back and check, hold it towards the light to see if there's any more air bubbles. I don't see any air bubbles, not bubbles, but bubbles. So this is good, because I didn't wet it too much. You don't need to wet the character board a lot. You just need just a little bit of water. What I did was I used to I sprayed with a spray bottle and with lots and lots of water, and it turns out I didn't need that much water on this character board. So this is good right here. This is gonna be adhered on 24 hours, but it's okay. We can just go ahead and decorate it now. It won't be ruined or anything. Okay, all right, so here's the vinyl and the character board together. Both of these you can get at uniqueinacreek.com. Okay, so let's add in the zip ties. So what we'll be doing is we'll be adding the zip ties in on these 3 holes, 2 zip ties on each. Okay, all the way around. And this is like that, okay, like that. So I'm using all the 3 holes. So version board, as you can see. The newer version, there's a middle hole right there. So, but we'll just go ahead and use any of these hanging holes up here, it'll be all right. You'll be fine. Aha, and there is, all the zip ties are loaded onto the board. All 32 of the zip ties. You can see the back. And now this is ready to go. We are ready to add in the petals that I'll be using. Which is, let me show you, this is the petal. There's mesh in the middle of the ribbon, and then there's ribbon all wrapped over the mesh to make it a little bit you know, bouncy. Not bouncy, but fuller. So that's our petal for today. Okay, so I cut the mesh 10 by 10. I cut the ribbon 10 inches. So I did leave some for you to show you what I did. So let me grab my 4-inch zip ties, which I didn't grab. Alrighty. So this is 10 inches, cut at a 2.5-inch ribbon, cut at 10 inches. This is, I can't remember where I got this. I've had it for a while. But I went and checked uniqueinthecreek.com. They do have peacock ribbon, but a different color. But this in 2.5 inches, different color. But so I'm gonna use this one here. And so what I did to fold this is, I'll show you. This is just the loop petal. This one is cut at 10 by 10. I'm using this mesh because I had rolls everywhere, open rolls, and I thought this would be a good use for this. And so what I did here is I'm gonna put this corner down to this corner, and I'm gonna fold it up and fold it over again. So that's the loop petal. And here I'm going to pin it. I forgot I had to do some of these, and so I didn't grab any of my supplies. So again, let me show you how I put this in there now. I'm just gonna put that in here again. This is cut at 10 inches, 2.5-inch ribbon cut at 10 inches. Okay, just wrap it over. Make sure these ribbons are lined up at the bottom here. And I'm going to pinch here in the middle and pinch and pinch. Okay? And you have a little petal like that. Cut off some of that tail. And add a zip tie. 4-inch zip tie. Just above where the ribbon is laying. And you have your petal. So let's do another one. Again, 10 by 10 cut. Turn it diagonal, and then I'll put this corner down to this corner, and I'll fold over just under the fold, and I'll fold over again, and I'll flip this, oops, and clip it. Grab my 2.5-inch, cut at 10 inches again. I'll put this in there, flip this over, make sure the ribbon is lined up. I pinch right there, and I push this against the middle, and you have your petal. Cut this tail off, and then I'll put in the 4-inch zip tie just over the ribbon, where the ribbon is laying. Okay. Clip that off. Finish these up. So this way we'll just slip the petals in there when we're ready to. Okay. 3 more. Okie dokie, I'm making sure my ribbons are lined up here. There we go. That's better. Okay. So again, I'm using the jute mesh here because I had about 4 or 5 open rolls sitting around, and I'd like to use them up. So this is a good way to use up your open rolls of mesh too. And your leftover ribbon. Just an easy project. I think this is an easy project for a beginner, a newbie. This would, I'm just thinking that this would make a great workshop. It's easy enough for the students that don't really know anything about wreathing. It's just that you gotta, I would probably actually make these loop petals here ahead of time, and then I teach them how to wrap the ribbon over, because I think it would take long. I teach them to wrap the ribbon over this loop, the mesh. I think that's a good way to save on time, or you'll be there for 2 or 3 days. To finish this last petal here. All right, so there's all the petals. So let's add the petals. I want these petals to go clockwise. I'm just gonna make sure they go clockwise. And so, I don't know, it's just my preference. So I'm gonna add the petal on the inside zip tie. I'm just making sure my zip tie is inside of this zip tie. So when accidentally somebody goes, takes it from this petal here, it won't slip out. Okay, so we'll fluff these out after. And this is gonna look so good, I think. All right. Okie dokie. So that's gonna be what we'll be doing all the way around. Okay. work on fluffing those here after. Okay. I'm cutting off more of the tail. Sort of cut just right above the ribbon. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. Let's keep going with this. Oops, I forgot to add a foreign zip tie. I think I'm gonna do that because I like those foreign zip ties. I just added what do you call it? Rubber band on this one. Maybe this was a demo. That's why I didn't add a zip tie on there. Keep going. Oh. Okie dokie. Okay, I'll just dump these here. This is so much fun. You guys like this? I'm gonna put these in inside a little bit so you can't see the board after. Okay. After. I'll be able to see the board. Here we go. See how quickly you can, finishing this up here. I love it. Cut these off. Now they're gonna. Okay. Oh, there's another one here that I didn't add a foreign zip tie. I'm gonna add one here quickly. Must have forgotten them because it Adding last two in there. So we're gonna add the last two. Just under. Can you see that? And this one. I was thinking, it doesn't need a bow. To me, it doesn't need a bow. But if I were to add a bow, if I wanted to add a bow, I would use those 5/8 inch ribbon and the other smaller ribbon. I would use probably green, or of course green. It's my favorite color. Or maybe I'd use the yellow one. But I wanted the sign to be well seen, right? I didn't want to take away from the sign. I don't want to. And so I'm not going to add a bow for this. This is gorgeous as is, as I've pictured it. There we go. There's the peacock wreath. I'll grab a hanging zip tie and I'll put it right where the hanging holes are. And then you can go back and fluff up your petals. Put your fingers in there and fluff it up, just like you're fluffing a loop on a bow. And then they'll stand up nicely for you, and they'll be fluffier. So you won't see the crinkle of the ribbon anywhere. It'll be nice and rounded and poofy. And there we go, just a simple, nice peacock wreath on the UITC Character Board.